Joining us now, we have an advancing team. Head coach Brady Starkey, senior setter Amanda Konetchy, and senior right side hitter Kayla Koenecke. We'll start out with just a general comment from Coach Starkey about today's match.
Well, first I just want to say congrats to UMD on a great season, winning the conference tournament. Getting the #1 seed, getting to host. They just had a great season, and hats off to them. I also want to thank Duluth I thought you guys did a great job of hosting this tournament. You guys are just, every time we come here, you're very, the hospitality is great, and we appreciate that. I think you do a very good job of running this, so we appreciate that. On the match end, it was just a high-level volleyball match, and I'm just really proud of our girls. I thought we really stepped up and came to compete right from the get-go and put the pressure on them right off the bat, and that's kind of what we had to do against a team that's as overpowering as they are, and just proud of our girls the way they competed.
Okay, we'll open up for questions for Coach, for Amanda, or for Kayla.
Coach, in the last two matches, the last game of the regular season and then in the playoff, did that figure into your plans here? I mean, because you came up flying at the start, and you maybe didn't do that in those two matches. Did those two matches contribute to what you did tonight?
Well, I think that, on some level, I think that the girls realize that, okay, if we don't come to fight, we're gonna get rolled over here. I mean, you watch what UMD was doing to everybody else, and our girls came to compete this weekend, though. I think it was, they kind of showed that on Thursday and Friday that they were here to compete, and they kind of brought that same intensity, which is what we really had to do. I mean, if we didn't do that, I think it could have been a short night for us.
Did that 3-0 sweep by UMD in the conference title match kind of light a fire?
I don't think so. It was one of those things, like when we played that match, it was one of those matches where it was a good match, even though it was a sweep by them. I mean, like, the games were not as far off as they appeared to be. I mean, I think that they took bigger swings at bigger times in those matches. I think we kind of fumbled a little bit at some of the crucial times, and then I thought tonight, we kind of switched reverse the role a little bit on them, that we took big swings at big times and kind of came out successful tonight.
I think that was the biggest difference with your team this whole tournament, that's making so few errors.
Yeah, I mean, we played very efficient, very clean. Amanda did a great job of distributing the ball and moving it around, and it was just kind of a total team effort on every single kid coming out and taking big swings, but still hitting the ball in the court and forcing their hand to have to earn points against us. And then I thought we also did a great job too of, like, we would get blocked and we'd cover. We just kind of kept scrapping for points. It was one of those things that. And we did that against Central Missouri too. We kind of had all those long rally balls where we kind of continued to fight for those points, and we kept on earning those points, and those are just such big momentum killers.
Kayla, Amanda, there were a couple points there where you guys were ahead, and then UMD kind of fought back, and then you guys got ahead again. Just talk about the battle in the game tonight.
It was a well-fought match between the both of us, I thought, and just super important that we're staying light and just enjoying every point, enjoying every moment that we have on that court together, because, you never know when it's going to be your last game, and just fighting and being with each other and enjoying the moment is what brought us through that match.
Looked like your block really frustrated them. What can any of you say about that?
Well, I think that our girls did a pretty good job of just taking some chances with where they were blocking. With their middles the last time they played us, they kind of they cleaned house with us or whatever, and they were pretty much hitting balls straight down on us left and right. I thought we kind of jumped around, got into some angles, put some good touches on some balls to slow them down, so at least it wasn't balls that were hitting straight to the floor. We could actually dig some of them. And then we got some blocks in there too. It was one of those things that you get a couple of those, and then it's harder for them to go so freewheeling it where they can just get up and crush it as hard as they can. And that's kind of when we played them the last two times. That's kind of what they were doing, and we couldn't really contain them. So.
Coach, did you ever feel like it wasn't your night there when they had the two digs back to back, errant digs that went for points?
I don't really think about that, when it's kind of going on. That's not something that I'm like, oh, it's just not our night, I mean, you just kind of try to keep positive in the moment, and, we still had some leads there in some of those situations, so it was one of those things that, all right, we're still right here in the match, where it was close on all those plays where, the match is going to go either way, and it's just going to be who makes the bigger plays at the end of the game, so.
I don't think I've ever seen a team in any sport as good as you guys are who seem to enjoy everything. Even when you give up a point, if you do make a mistake, you still seem to laugh it off and just. Do you recruit that, or do you have a curriculum in hypnosis at school, or what? I mean, because you guys are always having fun, it looks like.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what we preach. I mean, volleyball and sports, athletics, it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a complete grind all the time, and I think that it's easier for you to play when you're light and enjoying it and having fun. I mean, it's one of those things that, people get, upset and frustrated and tight, and it's just a struggle for them to actually play their best. And so we kind of know that. Our girls understand it. It's easier said than done sometimes, though, and that's kind of what we preach throughout the year of, like, we've had our moments where we are struggling and we're not exactly the happiest team in the world, and then, they've kind of fought to be that team this year. And I feel like the last couple of weeks, even in practice, that's kind of what the team that we've kind of shown lately. And that's why we were pretty excited coming into the tournament, because we were like, all right, this team is together, they're light, they're ready to roll. So,
do you recruit that? Mentality?
We recruit kids with a great attitude that'll get out there and, competitors, basically, is kind of what we try to recruit.
Kind of like when you laughed that one off where Emily took one on the chin there. I looked over at you and you were just laughing pretty much.
She claims it was her shoulder, so I
she
don't know.
did. I thought it was chin, to be honest. So she wouldn't even look at me because I was laughing at her. So yeah, I mean, those are funny things. I mean, you got to laugh that off. We had one the other night, and we kept coming back to it in the timeout and making fun of the same kid, Arian, the whole time, because she had a total boneheaded play the other day. It's like before the match, one of our kids is playing soccer with the ball, kicks the ball, hits herself in the face, gives herself a bloody nose. Those are good timeout talks for us. To come back to those and use some humor in the timeout to lighten our team up a little bit. So, they like making fun of each other. So,
you guys as players, I mean, it's easy for him to say that, but does he have a large whip back to the gym, or what is it? I mean, how do you guys always have that upbeat attitude?
I think every day in practice it's always fun, and we know coming in it's going to be lighthearted, and I think as a team we know if we get down it affects the other team based on looking at us. If we're down with our attitudes or if we're happy, they're kind of well, why are they smiling? Just different plays. And I think as a team coming throughout this year, like Brady said too, we've gotten a lot better, we've gotten a lot closer just by playing that way and just going out and having fun rather than just taking it so seriously every point.
4 years is too short to not enjoy it, and I'm still learning that every day.
She's a work in progress still.
Are there some days, do you have down days though where teammates have to pick you up, or does that happen, or are you just always upbeat?
Yeah, everyone has it, and our teammates take it upon each other to, she's having a rough day, I'm gonna go give her a hug, or I'm gonna go make fun of her, or whatever it is. Whatever's gonna pick that person up, we just know from being around each other and all that stuff. So.
Also, I don't want a lecture from me, so.
Yes. No push-ups.
I want to go back to the first set. UMD is typically known to be fast starters and get out to a good first set. And Amanda and Kayla, you two seem to have a good connection. 9 for 10 kills and attempts. It really worked out, and you guys hit 419 in the first set. How did you guys game plan for that? What did you see in the UMD block or defense that helped you guys establish that first set momentum?
I don't know if it was necessarily what we were seeing. It was just we changed our whole mentality to don't play safe, go after it, be aggressive, and that's what led us this whole match. It was just being aggressive and having that mentality.
I think right away, so comfortable, we've been playing with each other for years, and I just think getting her going on a roll and just kind of brings the team up with her too. So we just get a lot of kills in the beginning, and just brings each player, gives them confidence to just go out there and be aggressive the whole match.
Can you guys ever envision what it might be like to lose this game? I mean, you're in 4 years, 6 years, 7 years now, you've won this game every year. Is that automatic?
I don't envision it.
I don't think we think like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Coach, you guys have won 6 titles in a row. You talked to Jim after the match, shook his hand. What'd you tell him? You know, they're there, you know, with you guys every year, UMD. One of your biggest rivals?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, he has a great program, and I respect what he does here and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just, there's nothing you can really say, but, you know, good match and great season, and that's pretty much it. So, there's nothing, you know, I mean, we know each other pretty well and stuff. It's a cordial rivalry, so I think people get it like it's very heated or something like that. It's not. It's just, they're just another team. We go out and play it, and we don't really think like that. People try to put rivalries out there. We just go, all right, who are we playing, and that's it. So, you know, but me and Jim get along pretty well though. So.
When's the last time such a non-heated rival beat you twice in one season?
Probably them. Probably. You know,
Probably
so,
them.
Probably them. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember.
So that doesn't give it a little extra heat?
Well, I mean, we want to beat them, and they want to beat us. So it's not, you know. I mean, you know, I think that would be anybody though. I mean, if you put anybody on the other side of the net in a region final, it's something that you're going to be fired up to play them no matter who it is. So at least our girls are. So, I don't know, so.
Where does this UMD team stack up? You've seen some of the best competition in the country the last 6 years. So where does this UMD team that you faced tonight stack up?
As far as UMD teams, or as far as
this
year,
top
for
teams
the
in
team?
the country, are they there? Or, I mean,
They're
they look
they
like
are they're the best team that we've seen pound for pound, just in terms of they have great serve receive, they play great defense, and they're the most offensive team that we've seen besides Tampa, who is even a little bit bigger than them and a little more offensive, but their serve receive and ball control is not quite as good. But pound for pound, in terms of a Duluth team, I would say that this is the most all-around complete team that I've ever seen them have, just because of they have every base covered. They serve tough, they play great defense, and they can pass the ball. And then obviously they've got, you know, 5 kids across the board that can terminate the ball at any time. So they're the best.
Will it be a little easier to prepare for them next year when they don't have Kate Lang?
I think that you will be. I don't know. I mean, it will be one of those things that, personally, I think that they'll be just as tough, because the other kids will have to step up, and then they'll be even more balanced than they were this year. They were already pretty balanced because they didn't just completely rely on Kate. You know, they rely on her to like save them with taking big swings to get a side out on a bad pass. But they pass so well that they'll really be able to be balanced next year too. And plus, you can see some of their kids starting to get more and more confident as they go, and they're young. Mariah Sharp on the outside is taking big swings for them. Obviously, both their middles are, those are 2 All-Americans. Even if Sydney Mock's not an All-American this year, she's going to be an All-American. So,
Coach, I think, I'm trying to wrap it up here. You brought him up, but you will be facing Tampa in 5 days. Did face them already this year? What's your outlook on them?
well, I mean, they're a lot like this team right here. I mean, we know we have to serve the cover off the ball, and we're going to have to do every little thing that we did in this match right here in order to beat Tampa, because we played them earlier this year, and that was, I mean, they're just such a big and physical team. It's crazy how big their block is. So, I mean, it's one of those things that if we can get ourselves in system, get some one-on-ones, and start, dicing away kind of what we do and kind of play our game plan, I think we have a good shot. But, if we're out of system the whole time, we're going to struggle against a team that's as big as they are. So.
Amanda, Kayla, you guys, you won tonight. So moving forward, what are you guys thinking after this win, taking this momentum, going into the next game here?
I think we're just ready to get back to practice and keep working on getting better each day that we have in practice, and then just going back out there at nationals, just competing every point, every play as hard as we can. We have nothing to lose. So
it's great to have this win under our belt, but everyone going into next week's tournament, they don't care who you've beaten. They're all going for the same thing. So are we. So it's kind of like a new season almost.
All right, with that, we'll wrap it up. Congratulations, Coach Starkey, Amanda, and Kayla.